Hey, this is Elyse, and this is an obliques, hips, and back strength and stretch workout. You just need yourself and a yoga mat or something to lie down on. So you're going to start with a side plank hip lift. You're going to set yourself up for a side plank with your elbow directly under your shoulder, your knees stacked, and your inner waist lifting up and in away from the floor. Your top arm can be right at your top hip. You're going to press down into your forearm and use your inner waist to lift your hips up off the floor. You're going to tap them right down to the mat and then go up again. So you're going up and down like that 10 times on each side. Now, think about your body like you're in one line from your head to your knees. So make sure your head is in line with your spine, your neck is part of your spine, and make sure that you're thinking about your spine as neutral as possible. Now, obviously, you'll still have your natural curves throughout your spine, but try and notice if you're accentuating them, like an extra lower back curve, for example. In that case, you would want to tuck your tailbone a little bit more in so you can feel length through your whole spine. So same thing up and over to the other side. Set yourself up in that side plank situation. You're going to have both shoulder blades really reaching down your back so you have space between your shoulders and your ears. You're going to lift your inner waist up and in, and then you're going to use that area to lift your hips up away from the floor. So 10 reps here with me now. Concentrate on your breath throughout. So you're keeping your breathing steady and even as you do this movement. Keep seeing if you can get your hips high enough off the floor so you're really creating one straight line in your body. Use your inner waist lifting up and in to make that happen. If you want a little extra challenge, you could lift your top arm up towards the ceiling and do this exercise from there. Great. Now you're going to lie down on one side. You're going to stack your knees again, and we're going to go for parallel clamshells. Now, the difference from regular clamshells is that you're not going to keep your toes together. You're going to lift your entire leg up away from your bottom leg, about 8 or so inches, and then lower on down. You're still thinking about your inner waist lifting up away from the floor, like as if there could be a space there, and drawing your navel back towards your spine, shoulder blades down your back. And you're only lifting your leg up as high as you can maintain a steadiness through your pelvis. So if the action rocks your top side of your pelvis back, then maybe you've gone too high. You're going to keep your pelvis really still and stable as you do this leg lift. 10 on this side, and then we're going to add on a piece to this movement. Good. So you're going to start the same way. Then you'll extend your leg, just like you're straightening your leg. You're going to rebend your leg and then put your leg back down. So you just added on a leg straightening in there. You straighten your leg as if your toe is pointing towards the bottom of your mat, rebend, and then lower. You're going to do 10 of these as well. When you rebend your leg after it's already been straightened, I want you to think about that action and engagement initiating from the back of your leg. So it's like your heel kind of draws in towards your butt, engaging your hamstring and your glutes as you bend your knee. This doesn't necessarily look like too much, but I know I was really feeling it by that point. So if you need to take a little break and then get back in, you can do that as well. Check out the rest of your alignment, your shoulders, your center, what's going on with your neck, what's going on with your breathing. Good. And then let your top knee come forward. You can just kind of give some love to that top hip, or you can really open up into a spinal twist and rest here for a breath or two. Great. Okay, you can unwind from there and then make your way over to the other side. We're going to do those clamshell variations on this side as well. So line yourself up with the back of your mat. So your shoulders and your hips are in line with the back of your mat, and then you're going to stack one knee on top of the other. Now again, here, make sure that you're feeling like your inner waist, the one that's closer to the floor, is lifting up away from the floor. So you're staying engaged through your center the whole time. You're going to go ahead and start those parallel clamshell lifts. So lifting your top leg up and then releasing it down. Now when I say releasing it down, I don't mean plopping it down. So see if you can lift up, and when you lower, you're lowering with just as much control as you did on the way up. So basically slow and steady for both parts of the movement. Again, check in with your breath, your shoulder blades, your inner waist. You're going to go for the leg extension this time. So lift up just like you started, extend your leg, rebend, and then lower your knee back down. You could have your top arm on your hip, maybe with your fingertips on the floor in front of you. Wherever feels comfortable for you is okay. Excellent. You're going to finish out your last reps of your 10 here, and then you can once again move into that spinal twist by letting your top knee kind of slip forward from your bottom one. You could stay there or open up your shoulder all the way down to the mat, maybe look in the opposite direction and open up that arm. Take a few deep breaths here, really feeling like every exhale you can release a little bit more into the floor, both your knee and your opposite shoulder. You're going to now transition and come onto your stomach. So on your stomach, all the way down on the floor, you can have your arms down by your sides and your head facing to one side for now. You are going to lift the head of your arm bone, your shoulder, away from the floor. You're going to lift your arms away from the floor. You're going to engage your upper back, shoulders, neck, and head, and your legs. So basically, everything is lifting up off the floor. Your whole back body is engaged to do this. Get a little bit higher and then lower yourself all the way down. You can take your head to one side. And just rest. Come into that again. You're going to roll your shoulders back, engage your shoulder blades, shoulders, neck, and head off the floor, legs off the floor. See if you can reach energetically through your fingertips and through your toes. Get up a little bit higher and then lower yourself down. Your head can go to the other side. You're going to take one more of these, and this is the last thing in this whole video. So you're going to give it all your might. You are going to basically just keep your center connected to the floor. Everything else is lifting on up. No tension in your neck or your head. You could even move your head around a little bit if you need to. Get up a little bit higher away from the floor, and then final time coming down to your mat. Head to one side. You can roll your hips side to side if that feels good to you, releasing through your low back. And then take your time to get yourself back to a child's pose. So hips back towards your heels, arms stretched out in front of you, head relaxed into the floor. Take a deep breath through your whole back, the sides of your waist, and into your hips. While you're resting here, bring to mind someone else that you can do something special for today. Some way that you can extend this kindness that you've given yourself out into the world by giving someone a compliment, doing a random act of kindness, something that could have a butterfly effect and ripple compassion out into the world. And of course, make you feel really good too. And right now, acknowledge yourself and thank yourself for showing up for your body and your mind today. Wonderful job.